Let's all end slavery everywhere. Now, regardless of the petroleum political, quote, importance, unquote, of the offenders. Do it now. That's a good question. Thanks to Takia, I doubt we'll ever know. Who or what is Takia? Arab-style tequila? It's spelled different ways. What it basically is Islamic holy line for Allah to help protect, defend, or spread Islam. Muhammad said, quote, war is deceit, and anything not under Islamic territorial control, that is Dar al-Islam, also known as the House of Peace, is considered Dar al-Harb, the abode, house of war. This is why I am called a liar by Muslims by exposing true Islam. The Islam Mohammedans don't want infidels to see until Mohammedans are strong in number. But until that day comes, it's all going to be, to you, your religion, to me, mine, and, quote, no compulsion religion. Pico is simple definition for tequila can be found at the following link. Conor 1. Thanks for the link. I'm familiar with that, with the tactic, from similar to what the communists practiced to further their religion, but had never heard the terms tequila or tequila before. Thanks again. That's because it's some anti-Arab mythology to make them like liars, as if practically everyone, especially Mutainia, doesn't like. The truth is, however, that it allows Muslims to lie in one and only one situation. If there's a sword, knife, gun at their head, and the person is saying, quote, if you are saying you are a Muslim, I'm going to kill you. Actually, if you read Quran 16:106, it says you can... actually, if you read Quran 16:106, it says you can deny Allah, quote, if under compulsion. It doesn't say, quote, if your life is threatened. It just says if under compulsion. But may Mohammedans believe it to mean the way you say it means. Oh, I'm not a Muslim yet desperately defend Islam. So they don't dress like rabbis or pregnant women before stepping up on buses in Tel Aviv or other places. Oh, by the way, if you're right, and you can deny faith in Allah, if your life is threatened, like you say, well, what, pray tell, happened to martyrdom and dying in the cause of Allah? How come Allah is suddenly rewarding cowardice? By the way, read Quran 16:106, which comes right after, read Quran 16:107, which comes right after Quran 16:106, okay? The verse was revealed because Muslims were being persecuted and tortured, and one of them rejected his Islam under duress. Where does it say that in the Quran? His heart was troubled, and this verse was revealed because he didn't disbelieve in his heart. He was forced to denounce Islam. Where does it say that in the Quran? That is why the debates about waterboarding and other torture methods is up now. Do you think someone would be waterboarded if they came clean and weren't using Quranic scriptures to lie about what they know and don't know? Be truthful now. People will tell you anything to make you stop. And apparently it's perfectly fine for Mohammedans to be like people and lie. True? Don't come forward with the truth, but, quote, tell them anything, unquote. True? But if they tell the truth and not put Quran 16:106 into gear, again, why should they be tortured? Lying is not permitted in Islam. Really? What do you think of Quran 3:28, or Muhammad saying war is deceit, or we smile in their face, but inward we curse them? That's not the Quran, that's the Hadith. A bit of a contradiction, right? Breaking treaties is not permitted in Islam. Quote, freedom from treaty obligation with pagans, unquote. That's Quran 9:1. What do you think about that? Killing women, children, and old, destroying crop fields and cutting trees is prohibited. Right, because the old are going to die. The women can be used to make more soldiers for Allah, and, well, the children can be indoctrinated with Mickey Mouses, like Farfor. Plus, why destroy those things Islam can use, true? These are clear, and anyone who commits them at the peril of their own soul. Really? True? Or al-taqiyya? These are absolutes. There are not feel-good tactics, especially if you have a conscience, I imagine. There is no end to justify the means in Islam. Al-taqiyya. If Muslims are fighting and the other side wants peace, code for become a Muslim, no doubt. Well, a Mohammedan, no doubt. We are commanded to make peace, right? Why kill no new converts? So go ahead and place your taqiyya card. It's not true. Oh, no? I will never believe in it, and Allah certainly will not reward it. Where's the seat? Quran 328, 6106. We smile in their face, yet inward we curse them. That's in the hadith. On that day, quote, let me quote this. On that day, he who has done an atom's weight of good shall see it, and he who has done an atom's weight of bad shall see it. Okay. I checked that site. Looks like Mohammedans are playing a game of good cop, bad cop with taqiyya, making Shiites the bad cop, the ones who perform taqiyya, when in actuality they both do it. Also, they only mentioned Quran 328 and ignored 6106. They also didn't mention the hadith where Muhammad says, "Where's the seat?" Oh well. It is a simplified definition of the word and the intent of the word. If Pico wants, he can research it further. Yet you're right. Several salient features of the word were omitted. You're welcome. The thing that's creepy about Islam is that because it falls under the title of religion and holy, it naturally gets people's guard down, making the world think it then has to follow the Bible's "Thou shalt not lie" commandment. But thanks to Quran 328 and 606, quote, "Thou shalt not lie," unquote, goes out the window. Dude, it's hilarious. It's an actual video of Mutainia. How can it be? Isn't Mutainia supposed to be a girl? Why does he look like a reject from Magnum P.I.? What's looking like Magnum P.I. have to do with the topic about Quran 428 removing African American gripe, or at least easing it? The funniest thing from the video, he lives in his mom's basement. There is clearly a basement window behind him, and you can see the kind of radio he can't afford. Right under the picture of his version of Hawaii Paradise, which you'll likely never see from his mommy's basement. What's this have to do with the removal of African American gripe or easing it, thanks to Quran having Quran 424 in it? Quote, "I presented this to Muslims, and they say, quote, sure, I am sure you presented it to Muslims. If you did, maybe you should have paid attention to what they said." What did they say? "Oh, I'm not a Muslim, yet desperately defend Islam." Here's another lie of yours, by omission. It's not, quote, "also prohibited or but prohibited to you for marriage," or Surah 423, carrying over into 424. Right, prohibited to you are, go on. You also forgot the rest of Surah 424. Except for these prohibitions, all others are lawful provided you seek them in marriage. Notice, though, that sex with those, quote, "whom your right hand possess" is allowed. That again totally removes any gripe of African Americans for the time the U.S. had slavery, unless the Quran is written by Satan. It does not say you can have sex with married slave girls. Or what does "except those whom your right hand possess" mean to you? It says you can be intimate with them as long as you are married them. Doesn't intimate mean sex? But again, where does it say you can marry them? It also says, where does it say you can marry them?